Hello, Intactivists! In the news this week, we have Foregen, GALDEF, James Loewen, Intact America, David Wilson, and much more coming up. In POTS news, we got approved to be partners with YouTube. So, YouTube is okay with Intactivists. So now, you guys should be able to hype these videos. And if you are an Intactivist creator, don't get discouraged. Just keep pushing content. And maybe one day, you too can be a YouTube partner and get paid for your work. It only took us 3 years of constantly posting 3 times a week. Also, it's only partially 2. We still need 1,000 more watch hours this year to be able to get paid from YouTube ads. But at least we are partners with them, so definitely making headway there. We have an end of the year special for those who participate in the CareBuzz and the POTS e-commerce program. Donors are agreeing to match what is made off of these programs, anywhere from 200 to 600% extra. And this is just in time for the holidays. This ends December 25th. You can go to our Discord or our coffee to learn more. Speaking of CareBuzz, let's go ahead and check that out. All right, so we have done really well this past month. We are at $116.48 out of our $300 goal. So we're well over a third of the way there with 38% raised. We got 30 contributors still. We got 4 active, but keep in mind, guys, it's like 1 a.m. when I'm recording this right now. So that's why there's not so many active people. If you guys do want to go ahead and help Prevail of the system to go and raise funds passively, all you have to do is just download CareBuzz, choose an initiative, which you would copy the initiative code in the app, which is for website 1 right here. You keep the app running, and that's it. And then it will run silently in your background, and that will help POTS generate passive income. Also, thank you for those Intactivists that did let me know that CareBuzz's website was down. I did message them. Don't worry, if you did download the CareBuzz and choose our initiative, we still got credit for it. And if you tried to join CareBuzz and help POTS and you couldn't, now you can. So definitely go ahead and do that if you want to, because it really does help us out, as you can see. We do have our PANS meeting December 5th at 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you choose to support POTS by funding us and you have a Discord, you can join that meeting because it will be on Discord. We are looking forward with sharing exclusive news with you that you won't get anywhere else. And also, we do plan for things for POTS quite a bit. So you do get to steer what POTS is doing a lot more being in the Only PANS members versus being outside of the group, for sure. There was no new interview released this week. We're trying to improve on our interviews, so it takes extra work to do, and that's why it took an extra week to get Ron Lau Part 2 out. Also, this gives people time to watch the new ones we do put out. Plus, it was Thanksgiving weekend, so that distracted my editors, probably as well. And also, for the video special of the week, we had the Intactivist Gratefulness Challenge. I went ahead and said what I was grateful for. You might surprise some of you guys. And also, I challenged Intact Global, more specifically Eric Klopper, to see if he would go ahead and make a similar video so we can go ahead to make a chain with the Intactivists. So I'm super curious on how that's going to work out. It might not, but might as well try, right? So make sure you guys go ahead and tell Intact Global about this. Also, guys, we do have a brand new referral program that we get to run at POTS because of custom clothes. If you want to help Intactivism save babies and get paid at the same time, you can get paid for referring people to the POTS e-commerce program and or the POTS CareBuzz. Custom Clothes is offering you guys an awesome deal. It's $5 for the POTS e-commerce program and $3 for anyone you refer for the CareBuzz. Join my Discord and ask me or an assistant about it if you have any questions. We do have a YouTube on this as well. It's like 5 minutes long. And in David Wilson news. Okay, so to honor Van Lewis, the 55th annual Van Lewis Memorial Demonstration, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is where it's located at. This will be December 17th at 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So it is quite long. It is 13 hours of protesting. The event is by David Wilson. He's the person that does Gender Integrity Awareness Week. So he's definitely a seasoned Intactivist. So this will be a sign-holding event as well. So not only are you honoring Van Lewis, you're also protesting circumcision as well. So it kills 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak. David Wilson said, "We'll be holding signs. It's to commemorate the 55th anniversary of the arrest of Van, the first arrest for demonstrating against infant circumcision." All right, and in GALDEF news. So, GALDEF went to Palm Springs Pride 2025. Intact Global, they posted about it a little bit on their Facebook last week, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this. So the people that did end up going to this was Tim Hammond, board member Leif Thompson, and they were joined by Intact Global's board members Joe, McCormick, Deborah, and Justin, as well as volunteers Brett and Jamie. So about 8 people showed up. That's really good showing. This talks about their experiences there, and great, we're going to skip all that. But down here it says, as usual, our unique and ever popular pride, intersex, and transgendered roses made exclusively for GALDEF by florist Glenn Powell. This is by the No Circa Michigan Vice President Glenn Powell. Just so you guys know, Glenn Powell is the Vice President of No Circa Michigan, and GALDEF has been covering this up for a very long time. I don't know why they do this. All right, so here are some of the pictures of GALDEF's. This is super blurry picture. Here you go, way more up close. Still very blurry right down there. This was them at nighttime. So they definitely worked for like 12 hours. From 9 p.m. is when they closed, and they started setting up at 9 a.m. So 12 hours of being there. So that's pretty awesome. And this is the Palm Springs Pride at night. Also in GALDEF news, an attorney training video update. So the first thing that stood out to me was this. On November 3rd, Executive Director Tim Hammond drove to Los Angeles to meet up with professional videographer Eliyahu Sargon and his wife Penny to begin filming the attorney training video. All right, so why was this professional videographer's name hidden for so long? Like it was Eliyahu. They knew it was him, but they didn't mention him at all. They didn't mention him at all August 15th in 2025. They mentioned this right here, April 9th, saying, after evaluating 3 bids for the project, GALDEF negotiated with the company that recorded the inaugural Intact Global Conference in Portland this past March. Why did they have to speak in riddle? Why couldn't they just say, oh, hey, this is Eliyahu Sargon? Why did they decide to make this a puzzle so normal people didn't know that this was Eli? Is this because that Eliyahu is very controversial, that Brendan Murata sued him and they don't want that bad publicity and maybe you wouldn't donate? I don't know, tinfoil hat here. But anyways, it says the company was able to secure for us a filming location in an exquisite private home in Palm Springs, California at no cost to GALDEF. I'm assuming that means that Eliyahu is loaded. Crazy. Although we received a generously discounted quote, there will still be costs associated with the videographer's filming and editing time. Keep in mind, they knew this was Eliyahu and they kept that secret. Airfare for one of the attorneys and initial promotion of modules to attorneys and law schools. Okay, guys, so let me know why you think that GALDEF chose to keep Eliyahu's real identity hidden for this project. Just let me know down in the comments. All right, anyways, continuing on in the main update here for the attorney training update and companion video for potential plaintiffs. It was an entire 9 to 5 day of filming, but our combined diligence paid off in being able to complete the content of both videos in one day. Okay, wow, so you worked 8 hours in one day. Good job. The 60-minute video is titled Circumcision of Healthy Unconsenting Minors, Strategies to Identify and Eliminate Legal Bias in Impact Litigation. It now enters the editing phase, which should be completed by the end of December. It's an hour long. This should most definitely be done by the end of December. I've edited videos that equal an hour every single week. A lot of the times. It does not take you that long. After completing, the video will be uploaded to a paywall protected server where attorneys can purchase access, view the video, and download a certificate of completion. They can also download a supplement self-study guide containing much of the information in the video graphics used in the video, as well as recommended ebooks, videos, published articles, and a list of expert witnesses. Well, it seems to me that none of us are going to be able to see this. How much do you guys think they're going to charge for this? Let me know. Give me guesses down in the comments. GALDEF is pleased to announce the approval of its application to the California Bar Association to offer continuing legal education credits to attorneys who access the attorney training video online. This will prove to be an incentive to many attorneys to watch and learn. Now, this is really awesome news. This is great news. Now, the thing is, though, I do not like how this is worded at all, though, because if you read this, it says GALDEF is pleased to announce the approval of its application, meaning that the application, is it received and it got approved? Like, oh, yes, we'll take your application and review it. Is it in the reviewing stages, or is it not? Is this completely done? If it's completely done, this is awesome. This is the best thing that GALDEF could hope for, and this is super credible, and this is a great idea, and I'm all on board with this because continuing legal education credits is super important. But if this is just, oh, hey, we're approved of this application, meaning they took it from us, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to think GALDEF would be that sleazy in being so vague that it was, oh yeah, they just took our application and they approved of the application submission. I'm really hoping that they got the application, they approved the application, and now they can give continuing legal education credits to attorneys. But my thing is that this is just very quick, and I would feel like the California Bar Association would take a little bit longer than, like, I don't know, 5 days to go ahead and approve this application. So I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into this. Let me know. I'm also tired, guys, so let me know down in the comments if I'm reading too much into that. The promotion phase for the video will begin in January with an email campaign to lawyers, law firms, law schools, and affiliated legal nonprofits. A series of display ads in targeted law journals is also planned with a budget of $7,500 designated for the ad campaign. GALDEF supporters wishing to contribute to this phase of the project are encouraged to donate at our 2025 Giving Appeal campaign page. I thought everything was already funded, but I guess not, because if you do read, so they were trying to raise a combined total of $12,000 by June 30th, and a part of that was initial promotion of the modules to attorneys and law schools. So I guess they need an extra $7,500 on top of the $9,500 they already raised. So this is quickly becoming a $20,000 project. All right, anyways, though, here's the picture of them interviewing. This is Tim, Ellie, and Eric Klopper, and this is David Loewen being interviewed or doing their video. So awesome stuff. It definitely happened. I'm glad they gave those pictures. All right, and in Foregen news. So we actually have two commentariums from Foregen. We have Double Your Impact, $25,000 matching campaign for bioreactor development. So this essentially talks about the matching campaign for the month of December 2025. It's only 1 month. And it says the goal, scaling up with bioreactor automation, says this campaign is focused on scaling our strategy, engineering the bioreactor system. Our chief bioengineer, Jean, and his mechanical engineering colleagues require this funding to advance the bioreactor technology in 2 ways. Software integration, improving automation through sophisticated software, dramatically reducing the need for manual human input. Consistency and efficacy, enhancing the consistency and efficacy of the recellularization process, which is needed for quality control. This refinement work is the crucial first step in laying the groundwork for a bioreactor farm model. This is just the first step. They're probably going to need lots more donations after this for sure. This model is essential for achieving the scaled-up production required for future clinical applications of foreskin regeneration. Your support now directly translates into our long-term readiness. Now, I wonder if they're ditching the cadaver model. Like, I feel like we're putting the cart before the horse. Why don't we get approved first with the cadaver model and then work on the bioreactor farm when you get the money after you use the cadaver model? Or maybe I'm forgetting something. I just study Foregen a lot. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if I missed anything. Anyways, it talks about please donating today in this paragraph. All right, so this is the Foregen newsletter. So it says, we're excited to share the latest progress from our research. Research and development milestones. Recellization protocol selection underway. Dr. Zerion's team has delivered 4 unique recellization protocol proposals to the Foregen team. These protocols outline the specific approaches for successfully repopulating the decellularized tissue with new cells. Foregen's team members William Musa and Beatrix are working closely with Chief Bioengineer Jean to rigorously evaluate each proposal. Their selection criteria are focused on achieving maximum effectiveness and future viability, including compatibility with future re-innovation techniques, cell type diversity and overall efficacy, scalability, and cost effectiveness. The final protocol choice is a significant decision as it will directly determine the design and engineering specifications for the bioreactor in our upcoming milestone 4. They launched their $25,000 matching campaign launch. We already went through that. All right, so community and financials. Latest donors conference call. We successfully hosted our latest donors conference call on November 16th. We covered the latest progress in the research, and we were able to answer numerous insightful questions from our dedicated supporters. A video recording of the full call will be published on our YouTube soon. All right, guys, and going on to their fundraisers for November, they raised $15,324 for the month of November. Now, if you go ahead and look at this chart here, guys, this is not good, all right? I like to see Foregen pushing 20K every single month, and obviously they did not get that. They got $15,000, which pretty much is on par with what they got in November. Ever since August, they've been dropping lower and lower. Now, they do have a matching campaign. No surprise there. I think I called that like 2 weeks ago that they need a matching campaign because they're going to come in real low if they didn't. Because right now, without the matching campaign, they're projected to hit about $270,000, which would be the lowest since January 2023. So that's like taking 3 years back. So anyways, but they do have the matching campaign. So if they do get the $25,000 raised and they match it, they're going to be about at $300,000, which is on par with their January 2024 and January 2025 year raised at the end. So, I mean, it's just a pretty low raised amount for Foregen. I mean, it's definitely in the top 3 lowest months, which is interesting. So, but typically December is a pretty big giving month. And with this matching, I definitely predict that Foregen will go ahead and hit $50,000. So most likely they're going to hit over $300,000 this year, which is, like I said, on par with the latter years of Foregen. Okay, and on to James Loewen news, and not really Bloodstained Men news. So, James Loewen posted Bloodstained Men and the Mobile Alabama Police. Now, I would like this, but the reason why I don't like this is because this was on November 8th, 2018. I don't think that's a typo. So this was 7 years ago. So I kind of don't like that. You know, I mean, it got a lot of likes and engagement. I mean, I did say, and I made 3 comments, but one of my comments, I did say this may be a good training video for those who want to do public protesting for intactivism. Oh, and thank you, Dr. Pecker, for telling people to go ahead and like and subscribe to POTS as well. And you know what? Shoot, since he's doing it, likes are free, guys. So since Dr. Pecker's telling you to like and subscribe, he's convinced me. I'm going to go ahead and like this. But anyways, you guys can go ahead and see the Bloodstained Men get bothered by the police from Alabama if you want. It's pretty entertaining. I watched a lot of it. I watched 26 minutes of it, almost 27. So if you want to go ahead and be entertained and watch it, go for it. All right, and in general intactivism news, which is this sign or that sign, I don't know. We're trying to make a logo for general intactivism news. I don't know. But anyways, so here on Earth Podcast, they did a episode, Circumcision and the Spiritual War on Boys and Men with Jenna McKelland. So definitely go ahead and like this video. So it encourages them to talk more about circumcision. It definitely does help. And also make a comment down here as well. This definitely got quite a few comments. If you go and see, they just started. They have 14 videos out and 6 subscribers. They don't talk about circumcision too much, but you know, maybe we can go ahead and get that started. So we'll see. And I actually did not know this was 3 months ago. Actually, an interactivist sent this to me, so a little late. But if you notice, this got 600 views, and everything else got like 10 views, 3 views, 27, 9. So that's really awesome that the circumcision one did really good. So good job, Intactivist. All right, guys. And in Intact America news, or really not Intact America news. So Intact America, they haven't made a post since November 19th. So I guess they kind of just took like 2 weeks off, I guess. I don't know. But they haven't made any posts. They used to post all the time. This is November 18th, November 17th, like almost every day, 14th, 12th, you know, maybe every other day, November 10th. This is November 6th, but 2 weeks off for Intact America, that just seems like a real long time to be off. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think this is a nothing burger, or do you think that Intact America is just coasting until the year ends, or do you think that they're just running out of ideas? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments on this as well. All right, guys, and on to the Intactivist calendar for the week. All right, so we have the 55th annual Van Lewis Memorial Demonstration. Guys, this is in like 2 weeks. December 17th at 8 a.m. through 9 p.m. This is at Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare. Just saying it one more time for you guys if you guys want to go to this. All right, the Bloodstained Men, their 2026 Super Bowl Circumcision Crisis Protest is February 3rd through February 9th. This is about 2 months away from now. Not really going to cover it right now too much. Okay, so Genital Integrity Awareness Week 2026. This was just released. This is March 28th at 10 a.m. through April 4th, 2026. This will be at the U.S. Capitol Building, West Lawn. This will be 8 days long. So if you guys want to go to it, you definitely can. It's a pretty big event for a lot of Intactivists to go out to this. And this is brand new, so I covered it a little bit more. All right, No Circuit, Michigan. Their Michigan March for Integrity is Saturday, September 12th, 2026 at 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. This is like 10 months away, so I'm not going to cover it too much. All right, and on to the polls of the week. So on this poll, what do you think Intact America's prime motivation is? I thought this poll was pretty interesting. This was an older poll. I don't believe I released this yet, but everybody picked making money as Intact America's prime motivation. That's very interesting. This is like all the Intactivists, everything else is bots, thinks that's all what Intact America wants to do is make money. Not save males from being circumcised, not save humans from being genitally mutilated. That would include girls. Nope, just making money. That's what most Intactivists think of Intact America. So take that how you want to. Once again, guys, if you don't like how this turned out, please go to my Discord and go vote, because your vote matters. And on to the fundraisers of the week. Hoodie by Nature. Support Hoodie by Nature. He has raised no new funds. He's still at $1,160 raised out of his $1,600 goal, so he's at 73% of the way there. Support A Day Solomon's urgent medical needs. He has gotten quite a bump the past week. He's gotten $913 raised, brings his total up to $1,570 raised out of his $2,400 goal, so he's 66% of the way there. All right, Eric Anderson, Intactivism Equal Protection pursued in court right now. He got a $11 donation this week, brings his total up to $111, which is 3% out of his $4,000 goal. Hey, Your Whole Babies, LA Prego Expo booth. They have raised no new donations this past 3 months. They have raised $1,100 raised out of their $4,500 goal. I'm going to go ahead and take a vote on this to see if we should take this down. It's been 3 months since someone donated, and I think they already went to LA Prego Expo booth. So I'm going to go ahead and make a Discord poll on this. Okay, Health Equality Campaign / Intaction, but really this is for Health Equality Campaign. Critical call to support nationwide male bodily autonomy. They have gotten quite a few donations this week. It is pretty long, but it's about $180 this past week. I can add it up pretty quickly. I don't need you, Dr. Pecker. Go away. So that brings our total to $14,475 out of their $100,000 goal, or about 14% of the way there. Okay, so GALDEF. Circumcision is not healthcare, it's a custom. For phase 3, they have raised no new funds. This has been going on for months now. They're at 1201 out of their $35,000 goal. I don't know if they're even focused on this. I think they're focused on making their video. I'm not sure. Hey, this is Future Me Pots. I made a mistake in shooting this. I didn't update the goal because I didn't put in the amount that we got raised from the Pots e-commerce program or the CareBuzz, which we raised well over $78 this month, which really did help us. And this pushed it up to 30%. So thank you guys for partaking in the Pots e-commerce program and the CareBuzz. Keep in mind, guys, keep the push going. We got a whole month of this awesome holiday season that the Pots e-commerce program does not cost you anything extra to do, and the CareBuzz doesn't cost you anything to do, period. So please go ahead and consider doing those programs to help us. And if you do decide to support Pots by funding us directly, you will become a PANS member, and you're definitely more than welcome to join the December 5th PANS meeting this month that we have at 5 p.m. Eastern. And also we have these meetings at least once a month, every single month. So definitely come on down and do that if you want to donate. If not, once again, we have awesome programs that don't cost anything extra for you guys to do. All right, now back to your regularly scheduled Pots news. All right, and on to the Intactivist growth for the week. So last week, we were at 1,341 followers. This week, we're at 1,359 followers. That is an 18% gain, or a 1.34% increase for the week-over-week growth. This doubles the increase we had last week. It seems we may be picking up momentum. Also, if you guys can, also follow me on X, so when you see our posts, you can like and even repost. That helps spread the message further. And we aren't even doing watermarks on our graphics, so we can have this trend continue upwards for next week. All right, guys, that's all I have for the news. Don't forget about watching Intactivist Gratefulness Challenge. And also feel free to catch up on Ron Zlau's newest interview on Pots. His part 2 should be out this Saturday. Please like and share to get this out to more people. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. We rise through precision. Uplift transition. Reboot the mission. No fear, no fiction. Truth in transmission. Prevail over the system. Our vision's the difference.